Good afternoon to everyone, or good morning to everyone who has joined today this meeting. So today we will be actually addressing our workspace for the first time. We will be introducing our workspace to all the members for the very first time. So far you all have joined, and we have been posting a lot of things on various different channels. So that was mainly for you to like get accustomed to the kind of environment we will be having for as long as we can have that. And what today we want to first of all describe a few things about our workspace and what we really, what are our, what is our basic initiative, what was the idea behind that initiative, and what are our certain values that we would like to share with you. And we will introduce you to the team, and then we will describe our plan for the next coming week. So we will actually perform tasks by every week. So we will not really talk about what we will do next month or 2 weeks after 2 weeks, or we will not have any kind of we will not have those long term plans, and we will not have deadlines for this particular in this particular workspace. And what in the end, then we will take some question and answers from the members if you have any. Okay, so I think we can just start now. So as you know, BioBaes is a virtual non-profit bioinformatics community, which was mainly created for the students who are new to this particular domain, and for anybody who's really new to this domain, even if you have some kind of experience in another domain and you would like to learn about bioinformatics, or you think it is useful for your career in some way, this I believe that this is a good place to start, because we have created that kind of community here, and and some of you might know each other from the past experiences. So I think we already have some kind of comfort level between the community in terms of interaction. So you have the idea and the motivation of really working in this community, and you are working for yourself first and foremost, and then you are also trying to give back to the community in some way by sharing and interacting with your fellow members who also come from the same place as you do. So that is the reason why they have joined you here in this workspace, because everybody here who is here is here to learn. And so, as I said, that we are going to discuss the ideology behind the initiative. So if you can see this diagram, so three things are really important in what I feel in this community. Being first being the communication aspect. So the members who are part of this community need to communicate uh, efficiently with their members whenever they learn something new, or they have certain things, they have certain insights from their past experiences they have gained about bioinformatics, and they feel that there is somebody in the workspace who needs to know more, so they can share their valuable insights by encouraging discussions within the community. So you can have a one-to-one conversation with any member, or you can have a conversation in a group. So we allow that kind of environment where you can freely communicate with anyone in the workspace. And second very important aspect is the self-learning. So as I have also mentioned in the video, if you have seen that, that we are a self-learning platform. We do not call ourselves teachers or professors of any kind, because even we do not have that kind of experience to call ourselves a teacher. So that is what we promote here. We promote self-learning. We do not make learning compulsory. We do not impose any deadlines or anything on any member. So everything you do is totally dependent upon your own initiative towards your own learning, and what you can give back to the community by communicating. And and the third very important aspect is by engaging in different activities in the community, because since it is called a community, because we coexist with each other, and I think as a part of the community, I think it is our kind of our moral duty to uh, engage with other participants and engage with other members, and then spark these kind of discussions, and this cycle goes on and on, and that is what will lead to the growth of this initiative. So even if there is one thing which is missing, even if there is one thing, this cycle will break, and you won't realize it. It will happen very slowly. If people stop communicating, then after a point you will see that this the self learning aspect will start to decline, because then members will not be motivated to learn new things, because there is nobody who is interacting with them to actually guide them or motivate them to learn something new. So that knowledge will kind of degrade itself upon itself, and it will just finish that. So even if you stop engaging with your members, so that will also kind of make everybody feel isolated, and that will not be good for the community. So I think everyone in the workspace, whether it's a member or an admin, should realize that these three aspects need to coexist, and should be like a well-oiled machine to keep it going, right? And so one example of communication and self-learning is like I have just tried to depict here, that there is a member who has no idea uh, where to start from, but he's really interested in learning a new workflow which he found fascinating somewhere on the internet, but he doesn't know where to start from. And then there is a member in the community who has some idea about a workflow, or the package which is used in that workflow, or a book where you can learn this workflow from, right? So these two um, entities can interact with each other, and we provide that platform to interact. And when you interact, that's when communication happens, and then that's when exchange of ideas takes place, and that's when you learn, right? So this is just one example of the three aspects which I described earlier. So this is very important for the community to ensure that the cycle keeps on going, right? And so now I would like to invite Abhinav to talk a little bit on the three pillars of our community. So Abhinav, you can mute me and unmute yourself, and then you can just say a few words.
Thank you so much, Pavan. Uh, First of all, thank you so much for joining us. We have around six or five or six participants. That's not bad for the first day. So Pavan basically explained the ideology and what's the meaning of this community. Uh, so me and Pavan know each other from our undergrad years, um, and we have a healthy relationship both personally and professionally. So let's get to BioBase. So BioBase is I would like to point out that BioBase is a student-centered and a student-led community, and which focuses only not only on the the different resources we are posting. That's all the part of the comprehensive approach that we are trying to envision with Pavan's help, of course. So, uh, as you can see in the slide, there are three pillars of our community, and we deeply embody those. Uh, that's why we are able to work um, night and day in this field, and uh, pretty much all of our admins have been there when someone don't know where to start. So we help each other out and communicate effectively, because communication is the key. So first thing is trust. So there must be a sense of trust on who we are inviting as a member, or playing a role as an admin. Uh, they are not fixed. Committee must remain the same, but admins will be changed throughout our course, throughout our journey. Second, we must have a sense of respect for each other. That is of the utmost important in this community, and a sense of solidarity inspired by European Union. So, solidarity means when someone is going through some difficult times um, while studying, and someone is not able to learn new techniques or something like that, we we will try to help as much as we can. We will make time, as I said. So I think that basically sums up the whole idea of the initiative, and I hope more and more people will join and contribute, keeping in mind the three pillars of our community, and the giving back to the community nature that we all, as an admin and as Pavan, our founder, embodies that very deeply. So we would like to uh, point out some things also. Uh, so this initiative, uh, you can say, this initiative is inspired by already funded initiatives, but uh, if you, I think most of you know about Swiss Institute of Bioinformatics. So SIB is basically a community of Swiss researchers who are independent principal investigators, affiliations, independent researchers. So we are not at that position in our career that we can call ourselves as an independent researcher, but we know some of the things at very basic level, I would say, that can help the beginners to get a quick jump start on what is bioinformatics is all about. So I think I will stop there. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Abhinav, for that. So he pretty nicely explained the three pillars of the community and what we can really expect from this community and what we expect from the community. And there are certain expectations that are there from the members, and there are certain expectations that are there from our own end. So the more we can coexist and the more we can cooperate with each other, I think we can help grow this community even larger than it already is. So we have gotten a very good response so far on social media, and we have every day we have around one or two members who are joining us through Twitter or LinkedIn. So we welcome everyone because whoever joins us, we assume that they are already motivated enough to learn, because we cannot make someone we cannot develop an interest in someone, we cannot make somebody learn, we cannot make someone interested in bioinformatics, because that doesn't happen. I mean, that is not possible, right? So if someone comes to us and says that, please, we want to be more motivated, so we cannot do that, we cannot motivate anyone. We expect that members are already motivated when they join the community, when they reached out to us on Twitter or Instagram, sorry, on LinkedIn to asking to join. So we do understand, we do expect that they know the basic idea behind what we are trying to do. And so Abhinav pointed out about respect, so that is very important. And even if in you seen this example, so it is a very common case which we see in the scholar community, that somebody knows a lot, and someone has a lot of knowledge about something, and then there is someone who has no knowledge about that, right? So but it is entirely possible that the one who has a lot of knowledge might make mistakes about what he knows, right? While he is interacting with somebody else, while he's trying to teach or he's trying to explain some workflow or something, they are prone to error. So as humans, we are all prone to errors. So it is very important that if you make an error, uh, let's try to be a little humble about it, and try to fix our errors, because we do not want to pass any wrong information to someone who's new to the field, because that create a cycle where this person else and through the community, because that happens really slowly, but there is a chance of that happening. It's very highly likely that it might happen. So you should respect the fact that you can make errors. You should, at least we all should do that, not just the members. And whenever an error is made, we will do everything that we can to fix it. As soon as we are able to find that error, if you find an error somewhere, you can let us know, and then we can do everything we can to make sure that it doesn't create a lot of confusion. So, that's what we need to do. We need to trust in each other. Right? You need to trust your members that they will do the right thing, and we also trust that you will do the right thing. Right? So, like, these morals are very deeply embedded into the community, and even I take these things very personally. So it would be really nice if everybody can come to this common ground while learning and while we are um, doing our activities in the future. So now I would like to introduce to you the team who is working really hard in order to make this workspace a success. And we have been working from first day uh, to engage with the community as much as we can. So this is me, as the founder of this community. So most of you might know me from our earlier experiences, and so a little bit about myself. So I have a master's in bioinformatics. So I graduated recently from Triple IT Hyderabad, India, and then I have been working as a data scientist at Elucidata Corporations. And right now, when I started working, is when I thought that maybe when I'm not working, I think it would be a good chance to at least give back to the community, because during my undergraduate and my masters, we have taken a lot from the community, and I think now it's time to give it back, right? And that is what my main idea was to start this initiative, right? And now we have other members of the team. I think they would want to say a few words about themselves. So I invite Dr. Asha to introduce herself and say a few words. So we can go in this order, and we can, um,
Hello,
yeah.
everyone. I'm happy to join this community and support targets of students and whoever wants to learn in this field. Actually, in Cairo University, I work as a lecturer in chemical pathology. So one of my passions is delivering information, sharing resources with people, understand what they need to get the proper information they need. So I hope by joining this community, both of us, whether members or admins, that we learn from each other. Everyone has his precious knowledge. So by sharing our knowledge together, it will be a positive push for us to achieve our best. Thank you.
Thank you, Rasha.
To,
So Abhinav, can you say a little bit about yourself and where you come from?
So I come from southern Uttar Pradesh, that is a state in India, and I did my bachelor's in bioinformatics uh, along with Pavan. He was from a different cohort, uh, class of 2016, and I was from class of 2017. Nonetheless, we had great time there, and we learned a lot about bioinformatics, what it means to be a bioinformatician, and then um, I I qualified an aptitude exam in India, GATE. Then I applied for masters for doing masters abroad, and then I got selected at FU Berlin, and I will start my studies in October. um, after relocating to Berlin. As you know, these COVID crises are messing up with the international bureaucracy of the countries. So most of the things I said earlier about the initiative, that remains the same. I just want to add that uh, whatever problem you have, whatever new ideas you have, please don't hesitate to contact me or Pavan or any of the admins, or just put in the BioBaes help channel, and we will look into that sincerely. So,
Okay, thank you, Abhinav. That was really insightful. So, do we have Nancy? Has she joined the meeting?
I don't think so. We don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about Mansi?
She might be not available right
Okay, no problem. So, Nancy and Mansi will also be one of our. They will be one of our admins, and they
now. I
also
can
have
say,
pretty good. Yeah. So
I
Abhinav knows them
yeah,
better, so I think he can introduce them on their behalf.
yeah. So Nancy was my batchmate. We did our bachelor's together, and then right after that, she went to Germany to do her master's in bioinformatics, and it is I think she will graduate this year or probably next semester, and she is right now research assistant at Korean Institute of Science and Technology, and so she has exceptional coding skills in C++. I can vouch for that. And we have another admin, Mansi Arora. So she was the top of her class from cohort of 2018 or 19, I think. So she did her bachelor's from JP University of Information Technology as well. Then she went to Canada to do her master's in experimental medicine at McGill University. So McGill is like one of the mecca for medicinal studies and plant genomics and physiology and everything else. It's really a great university. So um, I think from as far as I know, she will continue her research career in academia by doing the doctorate from uh, from next semester or next year, I think. So they both are well versed in the basics of bioinformatics, and they are here for you guys. So don't hesitate. Feel free to reach out to them.
Thank you so much, Abhinav, for giving that introduction on their behalf. So I think now that we have introduced our team and spoken a lot about the ideas behind the initiative, and so now what we want is now we would like to just I will just briefly go through what we have in mind for the coming week. So our week starts from Monday. So we will post some resources tomorrow. So we had requests from members. So I personally had requests from a few members who needed some insight or some resources into how can they start their learning process in bioinformatics. So one thing I would really like to say is that when you say bioinformatics is very multidisciplinary. Like it covers almost all the subjects that you have, courses that you have studied in any different domain. So it has footprints in literally everywhere in life sciences and science in general, right. So bioinformatics is in itself is a very large domain. So when you say bioinformatics, we would like to understand that what really in bioinformatics is something you are fascinated about, or what is something you really want to learn, right? So you can take spend some time, and if you do not have that kind of clarity right now, you can spend some time and you can talk to us regarding what you feel about bioinformatics so far and what knowledge you have gathered. and we can help you to like gain more perspective into your thinking, right? And so coming back to the task, so we will post a few resources, right? And some resources have already been posted if you have joined the channels. So I request everybody to join all the channels that are there in the workspace, because they will be very useful in the long run as we kickstart the learning process. So uh, lot of communication will happen on those channels, right? And each channel has its own purpose, which we have, I think, described in the channel description, or we have posted resources based on that, right? So we have provided some resources, and then now we are planning to provide some resources which are very basic, so that it can help you start your learning process in bioinformatics from scratch, right? So if you know some things, that's a really good thing. If you have idea about some concepts, or some tool, or some kind of workflow, that's a really good thing. Nonetheless, we would invite you to pick a resource of your choice, right? It could be any resource. It could be a resource which you have stored locally in your system, or it can exist anywhere, right? You can even choose resources from the workspace, right? And we would like you to make some meaningful insight using that resource, right? So if it is an online course, right? So we would like you to solve a few modules and make some inferences, do some kind of analysis, right? A hands-on analysis. We have posted some hands-on courses as well. So we wouldn't make it compulsory for you to do this task, right? As I have been saying from the beginning, that this is not about compulsory making learning a compulsory thing. It's all about self-learning and how much initiative you can take for your own benefit, right? And you must keep in mind that you are not the only one who is benefiting from this, because we also provide you a platform to present your work in every weekly meetup. So we will have a weekly meetup every week. So whether we have 100 members, 200 members, 400 members, right? Even if one person is ready with something, we will make sure that that person or member has the chance to present their work uh, during a meeting like this. So they will be presenting the way I'm presenting, and it doesn't have to be very comprehensive. It is just so that you can inculcate that thought in your fellow members of the community as well, that they should also come forward to present their work, so that somebody who doesn't know that particular topic or workflow can also learn benefit from that, right? So again, that forms our brings us back to our growth cycle, right? So we engage and we communicate. So this is our way, one of our ways of communicating through participating in the meetups every week, right? And when you do that, so on Sundays, which will I think which in this Sunday we will have a surprise reveal for you. So I'm not going to reveal that now. Okay, so that will be revealed on Sunday based on your whatever, based on how our weekly meetup goes, right? So we will reveal that on Sunday, and we will also announce the week two task, and all that will happen. The Sunday will happen on the channel. We will not do a meeting for it. The meetings will only happen on Saturday, because so far the consensus we have gotten is that most members are available on Saturday. And I think it's a good thing, because Sunday is a day to relax and to rejuvenate, right? And we would want, ideally we would want to have these meetings on Saturday, right? So right now we would invite you to focus on this task, the beginning task, and we have posted a lot of resources so far. You can even take a research paper and you can write a summary of that research paper and present it on Saturday. So it is basically about learning, right? So learning does not have any boundaries. It is not defined, right? So you can learn anything you want, and the idea is to enlighten yourself and others in the process. Is our idea of this workspace, and not to mention that this will not remain the same. So these selecting resources and doing this. We will come up with new activities every once every alternate week, so that things don't get boring, right? We don't want to create an environment of boredom, right? So for this week, I would want you to focus on that, and I I expect maximum participation because you joined this workspace uh, by your own motivation. So we would expect that you participate wholeheartedly and engage in lively discussions, so that we can feel that there is some kind of success that we have. We will feel a lot of success if we see things happening around this week, right? And we will keep posting resources which are important, and we will try to keep you up to date with all the announcements regarding admissions and jobs and workshops, right? So even regarding all that, I still feel that some of you can get overwhelmed by seeing so many postings and so many courses and workshops announced every day, and then you feel that there is so much to do, right? Because anybody would feel overwhelmed, and you would think that like the science has gotten so far ahead that you it's hard for you to catch up, and that is a normal feeling. I mean, we all have felt that at some point in our career, and that is fine, and we respect that feeling. We wouldn't say we wouldn't make any comments on that. So, but what I would say is that the more you can manage that thought in your mind, that and try to not compare yourself to the world, or to even your fellow members who you feel are ahead of you in some way, right? So don't let that thought um, like get the best of you, right? So try to focus on the learning aspect as much as you can, because the moment you start learning, that thoughts will start to fade away, right? The moment you start to invest in the learning process, so you will see that you won't care about what others are where others are in their lives, right? So, and the beauty of this workspace is that we have a lot of members from various different backgrounds and various levels of experiences, right? So there are some who are absolute starters, and then we have many members who are doing their PhDs or their postdocs and have multiple masters, right? And even sometimes, even I can feel a little, like okay, but particular member has more experience than me, so what can I do about it, right? But the idea is to learn, and learning has does not see any kind of boundaries with respect to your qualification or from where you come from, right? Learning has no bounds. So that's the idea we want you to remember when you are engaging with the workspace. So this was about the timeline, and now we will take some questions from you, the members who are present here. So now I invite you to ask.
I think not only questions, we would like to get to know each other also. We would like to get to know you as well.
Yeah, that is, yeah. If somebody would like to introduce themselves, is also fine. And if there is a follow-up question, we wouldn't mind that as well. So, Abhinav, can you please check the chat if there have been any questions so far?
No, no questions at
Okay,
all. Yeah.
okay. So, if you have a question, you can either post in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask anything you want, like just anything really. So I think there are no questions so far. So so now so now it is my turn to ask a question. So even I have a question for you, for the members who are present in the meeting. So can I get a head count on the number of members here? Abhinav?
Yeah, including us, there are around 7 members in total.
Okay, okay, fine. So the four, I think there are four members then apart from the admins. So I would like to ask you, what is what is your expectation from this workspace? And it can be for your anything really, your personal expectations. Why did you join this workspace? Now we would like to hear from you, because it is very important for us to know uh, where in which direction we should go with this workspace, because if we don't know our members, then it will be very difficult for us to actually uh, understand what are we to do here, right? So somebody, I invite everybody to unmute themselves and just try to answer this question which I just asked you about your expectations.
I think that at the end of the meeting, I will post a Google form or something, so that we can get an honest and anonymous feedback from them. Sorry, honest and anonymous feedback from them. I will post the link in the chat.
Hi, Admin. Hi, all. Hello.
Hi Karan,
Hello.
how are you?
Hi. Am I? I'm fine. How are you people?
I'm also
Like
good.
you people
Thank
have
you so much
introduced
for
this channel.
joining.
This.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much for organizing this one. My expectation to learn is I want I have never been in the bioinformatics field yet, but my expectation is to learn comparative genomics and comparative proteomics studies because that's what I am focusing in my PhD work right now. I have completed my bachelor's in 2018, and
Okay.
directly after the bachelor's, I joined as direct PhD scholar in IIT Guwahati as a PMRF scholar,
That's
Prime
nice.
Minister Research Fellow. So,
That's nice.
yeah, so I just yeah, but in my bachelor's study, that was I was major in biotechnology, but in bioinformatics, I have never tried till now. Mostly my interest was in cellular biology and all, mostly experimental biology. But right now in my PhD, I want to do some comparative genomics studies for bacteria, and so that's what I. If anybody could help me in that area, that would be very nice, and that is what my motivation is to join this platform. I'm very much interested to learn and like open to all the ideas, and I'm very thankful to you and Pawan. You both are posting very good resources, very nice thing in the channel regularly, and I do check that, and I get ideas like there are so much to learn. That's what Pawan just said. So, but yeah, still, uh, and workload is also there. But what to do? I have to manage because learning is not like unending process. So
Yeah.
thank
So
you.
that's
That's
really
what
good to hear.
if any of you have if any of you have the experience in genomics, comparative genomics, then they can send me the resources and all. So that will be very helpful and all. So
Okay,
thank you
Karan.
so much
Thank
for
you.
giving me the opportunity to talk. That's what from my end. Thank you.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for your introduction, and we will keep that in mind that your research areas are computational genomics and computational proteomics. So we will keep that in mind in progressing in our community. So we will post resources according to that. And one of the areas that you mentioned, computational genomics, I'm also interested in that research area very much. So I think that we will get in touch maybe. So that would be nice. Um, so that's good to hear that you straight up uh, doing your doctorate study of just right after bachelor's. So that's really good. And PMRF scholarship is a really nice initiative. So and that was much needed in India because research community is I think so it is shrinking in our country, but I think it's alive and well after seeing you guys so enthusiastic and so open about things. So what do you think, Pavan?
Yeah, thank you, Avinav. Thank you, Avinav, for that. I just wanted to add something more. If you people know about the systems metabolic engineering field area, if any of you have idea in this field, systems metabolic engineering, so I would be very grateful for that because that's what my like area of interest is. So in that, the small domain is comparative genomics. Like so, so
Okay,
anyone of you have interest in systems metabolic engineering, I would be very much happy to collaborate.
yeah, you post.
Thank you.
I think you should post these things in the. I think in some of the channels have that kind of posting settings. So I think you can post there also, and I think I will get in touch with you regarding all of the things that you have mentioned. So that was nice of you to speak and to talk. It was really nice. So anyone else would like to contribute in this discussion, this is very much welcome by me and Pavan.
Hi Abhinav. Hi everyone. I am Ankita, and hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, carry on.
Okay, so fine. Yeah. About I'll tell you briefly about myself. I have done my master's in biomedical science from Delhi University, and long back 2014, and after that. I'm just sharing a story because I highly appreciate you people making such a platform, because when I was done with my masters, I had no plan of doing PhD, as in, but I was like clueless, you know. So things I had my net JRF cleared, so the things were like I just because I had my net, so I went into the PhD, but I was not at all interested. And at that time, maybe my mistake, or maybe I was little less informant that time. Because of that, I just did, went for my PhD. And I had a guide. I didn't had any preference. Whatever I got, I started doing. So after some 2 3 years, I actually got so rid of the work, the mundane work which I was doing at that time. So I just dropped out, after 2 years of my course work, or you can say PhD work. And then I took a break of just 6 months, figuring out what should I do. And then I switched from wet lab to bioinformatics, and precisely to very niche domain, that is NGS. And when I went there, I just realized that I at that time I didn't know anything of NGS or any bioinformatics, because I was a hardcore wet lab and molecular biologist.
So thank you very much, Ankita and Karan, for sharing your personal experiences with us. So regarding I get an idea about what you expect from this workspace, and we will keep in mind about the resources that we are posting on the workspace, which I think one is the genomics and one is more into NGS, right? So I think I have posted one resource for NGS already, but there are many different resources I still have in mind. And now that I know about your this particular interest, so what we will do is we will try to get more resources which can suit your needs. And regarding collaboration, I think yeah, that is a very good idea. If anyone in the workspace is up for a collaboration, uh, you can directly post, or we can post it on your behalf on the main channel if you feel. So you can just let us know that, and we can write a post on your behalf, and then they can anyone who is interested in collaboration, we can directly contact you. Uh, yeah, so I think that's about the whole idea about this question QA round was that we wanted to get an idea about what are your expectations of this workspace. And since this is just only two members who have mentioned, we also would like to know with time about other members as well, what they think and what they expect. And I think it's a good start today that we were able to communicate with one of like to our. You are, I think you are pretty senior in your careers. I think at this point you are at a senior position, right? So I think it was really good to have that insight into the field. So we thank you for that. And I think if there are no more questions, then I think we can now
I
proceed
think
to the
when
conclusion.
I think Pawan, someone was trying to say something. Uh, uh,
Okay, yeah, they can unmute themselves and then they can.
Hello, hi everyone. Good evening.
Hi, welcome.
Myself Khatet, and actually myself, I just graduated my MSc postgraduate. I'm in biochemistry. So actually, the bioinformatics is just came to me as a new because after joining the internship Hack Bio along with Pawan, Karan, and all. So that's how I came to know about bioinformatics, and that's how my interest, I had a good interest in that. So that's why I took forward in joining and all. So actually, yeah, me too. I'm interested in this genomics and all with related to bioinformatics and all that. That's what. Yes. And yeah, and this coding like R and all. Also, I'm not that much fluent. Just very new only to all them. Just like a beginner, novice. That's all. That's what I was trying to say. And yeah, you can give more information on all those languages. That would be better. Thank you.
so thank you. I think Hasan, is that how you say it? Anyways, thank you so much for telling us about yourself. Uh, so, so we really appreciate everything that contains the word bioinformatics. We really get excited. Excitement would be an understatement to say. Uh, you want to learn about omics that really inspire us to work more. So, I think I think uh, we have one one more member if you would like to share. I think.
So, hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you
Hello.
are
Hi.
audible. Yeah.
Uh, Hi, so I'm currently doing my third year in bachelor. So I think I am the most youngest in this survey. I think maybe. So I was kind of I just joined our college team for uh, the IGEM competition at IGEM's International Genetic Engineering Machine competition worldwide. So for that, we actually started in March before COVID. I wish we started before COVID, but COVID screwed everything. We were the team which was strong in wet lab, and our previous year teams were totally strong in wet lab, and they got silvers and all in the previous year. So this year we are planning to get gold. It's our main strongest wet lab, but now everything got into dry lab, and also this COVID situation made us to not participate this year. So everything was challenging this year for our team as none of us were aware about the techniques in dry lab and everything. So, so to learn dry lab and bioinformatics, I didn't know anything about bioinformatics before, and just currently, just 2 months back, we have I got a subject in bioinformatics just 2 months ago, and I got this opportunity in Hack Bio and all. And so I'm interested in learning all for my team and for my own future. So I'm also interested in cancer genomics part. I'm trying to work on the seed database on cancer. So I think So the resources you can share on cancer genomics would be helpful, and also about the mathematical modeling and all for the genetic engineering part also. If you can share, that will be really helpful for me. Thank you.
So thanks a lot, Harinath. I think your name is Harinath. So thanks a lot for sharing that. We exactly know, especially what you told. We exactly know how it feels to be to get started in dry lab programming, mathematical modeling, and you said something about I think uh, molecular docking. Was it molecular docking or cancer genomics? Oh yeah,
Cancer genomics.
yeah, cancer genomics. So you have pretty legit and solid interest, I must say. So that's really nice. Uh, uh, I think I believe that we cannot skip the conceptualization of some things like genomics and transcriptomics and the whole omics cascade. We cannot skip and we cannot skip that part if anyone is starting in bioinformatics. Uh, so I believe that, and I think that this workspace uh, will enable you to do whatever your short-term and long-term goals are. So I truly believe that. I think I hope you you would you would too. So I think we had all the members participated in this discussion. I think so.
Okay, so thank you very much for all your inputs, and we will keep everything in mind while providing the resources. And now that we have done, I think we are done with the Q&A for now. And just wanted to give some concluding remarks before we end the meeting. Uh, so, so you know about the upcoming week's task, right? So a lot of things which will happen in the future will depend upon the response that we get from the from you as members of the community. So a lot of things will happen. We will try to take things to the next level once we can get that sort of response. So everything that will happen will be proportional to your level of interest you are taking in uh, weekly activities. And I keep saying this, that I know that most of you and almost all of you have a lot of important things to do in your daily life, right? You have colleges to attend, and uh, you have some jobs to go to, and so we understand that we don't. That is why we don't impose any sort of deadlines, and everything is based on your own initiative. How much time you can spare in one day or in a few days to do something for your own learning, right? And then you can come back to this platform and you can present your work. So like this can be a stage for you to show what you have done, right? And even if you have done some work in the past and you feel that you haven't been able to present it to a larger crowd you wished for, right? We all want to present our work to uh, a lot of people, and we want to have everybody gain the insights that we have gained in the past, right? So Karan, if you have done something in the past, worked on some research, you would like to give a demo, you are free to do that. Same goes for Ankita, Harinath, and other members who are in the community. If you feel that you have done something which can help the community members as a whole, we would really love that you come forward, and then we can plan a session for you exclusively showing your work, right? And we can provide you that platform, right? So that's what I wanted to say about all, and thank you for joining. And last but not the least, you can find us at Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So I see that we have a lot of followers from outside the community. So a lot of communication will happen on Twitter, and a lot of things which we will be updating about the channel will happen on LinkedIn and Twitter, right? And on YouTube we will post our day-to-day activities, whatever we are doing here, right? We are recording sessions and we are trying to we want to, that in itself will be a valuable resource for the ones who will watch, and it might motivate others to join us as well in the future. So we would want you to engage on the social media as well. You can follow our Twitter page and YouTube page. I have already shared the links on the channel, right? And we do not expect you to do the promotion. We do not expect you to work as a content creator, or that is really not your headache, right? We are here to do that. So the only objective we have for you is to learn as much as you can, being a part of this workspace, and we can figure out the rest. But if you feel that there are friends who can benefit from this, you can let them know, and we just need an email ID so that we can invite them to join the workspace, right? So some of members have already done that. They have invited some of their colleagues and friends to join us, and we have sent them mails, invitation emails, right? And you can do the same. So the more you engage on social media as well, the more your followers or your colleagues will see what you are doing, and that's when they will also be attracted to this initiative, right? And that is all I wanted to say. So um, if anybody has anything to add at the end, you can do that.
I've posted a Microsoft form, so please take your time before the meeting ends and please fill that so that we know how you feel about the meeting. It's completely anonymous. So thanks a lot for attending, everyone. I hope we'll get bigger audience uh, in the next meeting, and everyone have a good day.